Hello, and welcome back to another installment of Connor Morphin Hickok's video diaries. Before we get into this, I just wanted to mention a friend of mine in my PE class named Alonzo who let me know that I should say my name at the start of these just to reinforce the idea of who it is, which I thought, yeah, that's a good idea, so I'll do that. A funny thing about this latest journal entry is I fell asleep without writing it, and then I woke up at 1. I woke up at 1 in the morning today and decided to write it, and then I went back to sleep. So there's not as much, right? This is a pretty short journal entry because I woke up at 1 and I was really tired, obviously, and I could get more sleep. So I made sure to make it a little short. Yesterday was all right. It was decent. The worst part about my day yesterday was my math test. I told you guys about this. It was the worst test I have ever taken in my entire life. Ever. I'm serious. It was horrible. And I asked the other people in my class, they 100% agree with me. That test was horrible. Because some of the content on there is either way too complicated for what we were taught, or just didn't make any sense. So there were word problems on there. Some of them just didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. And so Serenity, I was in advisory with Serenity yesterday, because I was helping her with math, and she decided to use my Chromebook to email Mr. Briones. And I don't know if this is the reason why, but Briones canceled the test for periods 4, 5, and 6. Now, if Briones is gonna grade that test, that would especially suck for me and my brother, because I have first period and then Cody has second period. Because if Briones grades our test, that's unfair. Because then the other periods didn't have to do the test. Why do we have to get affected by the test? So I hope it all works out. I skipped the robotics meeting yesterday because I'm really exhausted right now, and my dad's actually in Seattle right now, and I don't want to cause my mom any stress with schedule, with having to pick me up and stuff, and because she's already gonna be picking me up from work, so she's gonna be up at midnight picking me up from work, and I know she's not gonna enjoy doing that, so I'd rather just not have any more stress on her. Omega Strikers actually got a patch yesterday, and I was really excited. I was super excited about it because they buffed my main, Kazan. I'm serious, because actually a few days ago, before this patch, I was looking at prior patch notes, and I realized that they hadn't buffed Kazan in over a year. It had been a year plus since they buffed Kazan. And they finally did, by giving him 10 more base speed and 5 more base power. It's a super small buff, but I played Kazan. I played a couple of matches with Kazan. I immediately felt that buff, and it was super fun. I won some matches yesterday. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. And I was actually in a couple matches where the people actually were in VC, because Omega Strikers recently added VC. And some people just don't use it, which I don't agree with, because, just being able to communicate with your teammates is nice. I have a history test today. I'm not worried about it, though, because, okay, here's the thing. I was going to study last night, but my Chromebook was dead, so I didn't study. And people would probably think, oh, you could have just used your phone to study. Use Google Classroom on your phone. But I'd rather not be looking at my phone past 8 o'clock. So, I'm not worried about it, though, because it's only 10 questions, and there's my history teacher, Mr. Machado, said that there's a singular assignment that you really only need to look at in order to be ready for the test, and I'll review that this morning before school. Oh, and it's a 2-person test. I've never heard of this before, but Machado is letting you pair up with a partner for the test. So I assume he'll let you guys discuss with each other about what the answer is. So that's neat. I like that idea. I'm gonna do it. A friend of mine named Show Cabez. Yeah, that's all I wrote down here. We're at the 5-minute mark. I really have nothing else to talk about. Oh, my job, actually, yeah. So I have to work again tonight. I can't remember the name of the main performer for this week, but it is a new guy. So I am gonna have to learn his cues if he has any. Because last week John got a new, he was able to control all of his cues and it was fine. You know, sorry. That was weird. But it's like, I can understand why people are afraid of the dark. Like, it's a natural fear for humans. It's a natural fear for humans to be afraid of the dark. But like when I'm just like outside while it's dark, it's really peaceful. I can't. Okay, here's the thing. I have a bad memory. For some reason, when it comes to certain things, I have a poor memory. Like, for example, like when it comes to remembering what I say in these videos, I can't remember. And I don't rewatch them either. Because I just don't feel like it. But I did rewatch them one, just to see how I sounded. I don't sound that good. In fact, Alonzo, the person I mentioned, said that, man, you need to get a mic, bro. It's like, yeah, I probably should. I ain't got the money for it, though. Well, I do. I'm just like trying to save money for college right now, because that's happening in under 2 years. I'm gonna go to DVC, Diablo Valley College. It's a local community college, and then I'm gonna go to UC Berkeley. I'm gonna transfer there because their psychology program's really good. I don't think I mentioned this, but my main goal for a career is to become a mental health therapist because I love helping people. And actually that leads into something that's discussed in my 101 essays book. A lot of people like do good things or act kind just to be seen as a good person. Like, society has basically made it required for you to do good things, but not everyone wants to do those good things. Despite that, I genuinely enjoy helping people. Like, helping people genuinely makes me happy and gets me in a good mood. Because, like, I'm helping them out. Like yeah, there are points where if I'm in a bad mood or something, I won't feel like helping people. But like a lot of the time, helping people just, like, makes me genuinely happy. And, going into a career that's all about, like, helping people solve their mental issues, I love doing that. And this probably sounds really egotistical, but a lot of the times I feel like I'm too wise for my age. Like, I feel like I know too much that I should for my age, especially because of that 101 essays book. That book has taught me and made me realize so many things that probably like over 90% of teenagers just don't know. So I feel like, here's the thing. I'm not typically egotistical. Like, my ego is normally, like, way back. But sometimes I do have a huge ego. Like, I can have the biggest ego. And sometimes I just feel like I'm a lot smarter, or I'm a lot wiser compared to those around me. Because while I don't do this as much anymore, I used to judge people a lot. I used to, like, in my head, I would judge people a lot. Like, I still do that sometimes. Like, like delinquents at my school. Like, I still silently in my mind judge people like that, but thought I smelled something. Yeah. I mean, some people probably say, oh, judging people, that's not a good idea. That's, very disrespectful and rude. I know. And, I'm trying to fix that, okay? I'm trying to. I'm also trying to stop pointing at people, because Alonzo also has a twin brother named Salvador, and those two keep telling me to stop pointing at people, because, that's just not good. What else? Oh, You know, okay, so this is like a random topic, but people say I sniff weirdly. Like people say I sniff like a dog. which 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 is not a good, which is doesn't sound good. But it's like, some people, hold on, my nose. I'm going to use it in a second. Some people just take like a good sniff. But I don't like that though, cuz when I take long sniffs it makes my nose feel weird. So I just take a bunch of smaller sniffs, like I don't know if you can hear this. And it's like some people say I sniff like a dog, which yes, dogs sniff like that, but dude, come on. Like what's wrong with sniffing like that? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if you could tell, but it's actually, the sun's starting to rise. You could tell, like, it's like slightly, oh, you can also see the structure behind me. Yeah. But yeah, you can tell, if you look at the sky really closely, you could tell that it's like getting slightly brighter because the sun's setting. The sun's rising. I could see it. It's weird. I can't see the moon right now. I'm not sure why, though. I feel like I would be able to see the moon right now. It's also really cold. It's like 40 right now. Yesterday it was like 50. Oh, that reminds me. One more thing before I go. I did see a cat on the way back to my house. And it's strange. Just like recently, more recently on my walks, and like just generally when I'm outside in my neighborhood, I've been seeing a lot of cats. I don't know why. But I guess that's a note to end on. And I believe that I'll do really good on my history test. I'll make sure to study for that this morning. I hope you have a great day.